Hello, Henel here. Welcome back to the next round in the Legion, and we are on part 9 of this playthrough. So, if I understand correctly, we've got 2 more parts to play before the early access version is done, and we have to wait for the full release. But yeah, let's see where it takes us. Last time around we lost again someone, unfortunately. So let's pick out a new one. We need someone, or let's go back. Will be cleared, yes. Quickly check. We've got an Optio signifier, Tesserarius, and we got Paulus Fonteas, who is an okay fighter. Yeah, a good fighter. Good enough. We got you, fine fighter, doing fine on the stats. Okay, so what we need? What do we need? What's the biggest strength of this guy? How about we take Constitution on this one for once? Then we can't take sword, so we take shield. Maybe he's a good javelin thrower. Huh? Who knows? And he's got good awareness. Yeah, maybe he's a good he's charismatic, got shield and javelin. And on the average part, he's a swordy. He gets quickness, coordination, and awareness. And then we give him discipline, intellect, endurance, strength. Let's take down his intellect. Not the sharpest tool in the shed. But Gnaeus Ennius is here with us now. Decent fighter, okay enough. Few stats. Can run like an ox. And yeah, staying power of an ox, but also the same intelligence. Well, maybe that's a bit harsh on the ox, so let's see. This is that, and then we go in for the event. In the distant east, the campaign of Marcus Crassus against the Parthians ended in disaster. Crassus is dead, his son Publius is dead, Roman soldiers have been killed or captured by the tens of thousands. It's an ever-present risk in your line of work, being doomed to a painful death, or even to living the rest of your days as a prisoner and a slave because someone else made an evaluation mistake. Because the enemy commander outsmarted yours, or simply because fate played a trick that developed into an avalanche. These considerations aside, Crassus' death is a serious complication. Only Caesar and Pompey remain. The balance of the pact has become more precarious than ever. And that's story part so far. So let's quickly check our own training. So yeah, morale is fine. I think we still want to work on this constitution part. More constitution is needed on our part. A bit more fighting. Javelin still a thing here. The legionaries looking fine and decent. We're gonna go for sword and shield again. Looks good. And we will go properly for bravery, discipline. Something that gives us a bit more morale. Let's see. So, training. Training for us. Quickness. Everything here gives us endurance, right? Yeah. And we need endurance. That's way down. Constitution and endurance is way down. So constitution up, quickness down. Quickness is also not fine. Okay, let's get more quickness. Yeah, let's go for the don't change anything much here. Let's do this. And the javelin still needs some work. We're still a ways off from what we can be on potential. So there's a bit of potential left, but also sword and shield, also a lot of potential left. Let's get better in fighting, and that's fine. Morale down, strain. Yeah, we're gonna keep it in that. Bit of education. We're also losing on education for now. Okay, let's do it this way. Slow progress and work on the basic stuff. Bonus to administration +2 per turn, so we can take this off. Part of her time is absorbed, scope drop. If I take this off, Can I put more into sword? Share hardship is not used. Yeah, administration is way up. +2 per turn. You know what? We keep administration on normal for now. So, training of the century. We want to go for... Yeah, that's baseline. We need a bit better fighting for sure. And a bit more bravery would be needed. Or yeah. So, what we need is drill, right? When a skill is blah, 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 it's possible to surpass one's potential. Training contributes directly to endurance. Okay, what does drill do? What's the... Drill. Skill train discipline, there it is. Yeah, discipline sounds fine with me. Yeah, we want to get more discipline in. And a bit more sword and shield. Javelin is not the best, but it's gonna be fine. We don't want to strain ourselves too much because the region is still not safe, I would say. So I'd rather be cautious here and see what we can do. Let's quickly check that. Ooh, we got a Gallic brimmed helm and a helmet, and it's got appearance, it got a awareness bonus. How can I? This way. So more protection, better quality, way more stuff, way better awareness, appearance. Oh, penalty, awareness 5. A lower number is better, right? Equipped, mail armor. Yeah, the breastplate is worse. Is it? Oh, because it's crude, probably. So the equipped one is way better, I would say. Penalties 3, 4, 3. Yeah, I would say that the breastplate can go. Awareness goes down. Do we want that? If I switch that, appearance goes up, awareness goes way down. Yeah, it's not needed. We're gonna trade this, yes and yes. And then we wanna see if we can get something real good here. Like, for example, this one. Look at this. That's 3 stats gained just by this, and we are gonna do this. Reason being that we are gonna get paid before the next fight. That's at least what I think will happen. So get this thing in, get this thing out of the way. Now we only need 600 more and we can put can erect a big altar again. And now we move on. So the recently fallen are missed, morale goes down for the century, and we are on 48. You know what we're gonna do? Before we go into the special thing here, we're gonna go in here, the whole century gets a boost, and that's it. And we are fine. I think the century is now, yeah, in stable mode again. That's fine, whatever happens. Last reaction is still fresh, okay, that's for disciplinary action, and we got paid. So we now should have enough. Yeah, we have enough. That's the way we want to see that go. Your superior appreciates your trustworthiness, integrity. Ooh, nice. Oh, quickness went down. What? How did quickness go down? I didn't know that could go down. Why did quickness go down? We're still training it and yet it's going down? How is that possible? 930 of 1,000 if I move on. 930 of 1,000. We are not gaining quickness. Why are we not gaining quickness? Are we getting older? Is that it? I mean, it's now the 8th year. So from a young man we are now actually a bit older. But not that much older. A camp follower is being robbed by 2 thugs. You are the only one wearing a tunic. You are only wearing a tunic, but your trusted sword is at your waist. Step in. You deflect the clumsy attack of first and slash his shoulder. The second strikes the empty air where your head was only a moment before. They turn and flee. The odds are not in their favor. Integrity up, valor up. Merchant gets back up and thanks you. No problem, you're glad you could help. He insists that you accept sesterces, 30 of them, and in return for your aid, and we get humanitas. No reward is necessary. We don't need the 30. He thanks you again and moves to a safer place, still shaken for the aggression. Good, fine. We move on. We gain 6 administration per turn. Discipline for Sextus went up. Other duties, perfect. Smoothly. Discipline went up, discipline went up. That's all good. But are we gaining? We're not gaining on quickness. Why are we not gaining on quickness? And constitution, 740. Let's go into the training. We're still not gaining any constitution, and that's because we're way over base value. Okay, we're further than. Okay, then you know what? It's wasted. Rather than doing this, we're gonna go for the training. Yeah, we're gonna go this. And we're gonna go for the training, and then we go for the sword and shield training, because there's still a lot of room to our potential left, and everything else is close, or the base stats are over the potential. So we're gonna go for these ones and fill out the potential. Same for the sentry. Let's quickly check if we are over. Yes, we are over. And this one is also very close, so we're getting close to the best we can have. I also wanted to see how many troops do we have. Morale, stability, it doesn't say. Is it full again? Wasn't it somewhere here? Am I mistaken? Wasn't it somewhere here where it said how many troops we have? Or are we full because the year is gone? Could also be it. Okay. Drill, sword, shield. Sword we're doing. Let's put down the drill again. Let's give the shield a bit of more push. And let's give the javelin a bit more. And we're done, and we're just equal, and we are just moving on. Ugh. Brawl erupted because of gambling. Discipline went down by 200, but we did not lose anything. In fact, we got an engineering and morale went up. Javelin, sword, discipline, shield, sword, but that's all the single guys. Again, constitution lost. How? What is happening? Are we getting older? Are we really losing stuff? Or is it because we're above, we are above potential? And if you're above potential and not training, you're losing? Is that it? Well, fine. We are getting sword, morale, sword, discipline looks good. We got money. And an event. Your old friend Mavius believes he has found someone who can beat you at Latrum Cooley, the board game which you occasionally play in the idle time and which usually ends in a stinging defeat for him. There is this centurion of the 8th, Tiberius Decimus, who managed to best him 5 times out of 5. He thinks you should take a crack at him. Why not? Like many of you, Decimus started from the bottom. He became a centurion only recently when the previous holder of position was transferred to a higher cohort in the new 14th. You put the pieces in the position as several people, both officers and common soldiers, assemble around you. Play for fun? Bet? Let's play for fun. I want to see him play. It is your move. We start playing. Our intellect is on 85. That should be the check. It's obvious right from the opening move that this is not going to be a dull game. As the match progresses, you hear amused remarks from the crowd. Decimus' face is a mask of concentration. Check again, we should get that. Your opponent knows you have won even before you make the final move. It's been a hard-fought game, the spectators are thrilled. We even get some opinion with Caesar for our game. It was so good. Awareness and humanitas. Your constant tutoring has had a positive impact. Perfect. Humanitas goes up, awareness goes up, charisma, awareness, everything goes. Okay. And we are on 11, 12, 13. Shield goes up once more. I think not much left to train. We are fine on the front here. Morale, you can buy interesting pieces of timber from in proportion to humanitas. We don't need to increase morale, it's fine enough. And I think we keep for now as is. Move on and get into it. So, the new year begins. Let's see what the story gives and how it unfolds. And here we are. As you dealt with the rebellion last year, events of extreme severity were unfolding in Rome. Political tension, violence, and corruption got worse than usual, to such extent that the annual election could not be held. This year began with no consuls in charge. In January, one of the contenders for the praetorship, Claudius Pulcher, Claudius Pulcher, was killed during a clash with a gang led by his rival at Bovilla, and the Via Appia, very close to Rome. During the funeral, a mob of his followers burned down the seat of the Senate, the Curia Hostilia. The Senate responded with a desperate measure and named Pompey as sole consul. He was the only man close to Rome with enough power and authority to restore order. The motion was sustained by some of Caesar's worst enemies, representatives of traditionalist aristocracy, including Cato. It was an enormous breach of the rules. First, because there must be 2 consuls at all time. No single man can be allowed to hold so much power. Second, because there was no election. Third, because Pompey was already holding proconsular command over the 2 Hispanian provinces and could not be consul in Rome at the same time. Proconsuls are not allowed to set foot in the city unless they relinquish their position. So that's political stuff at play here. And in the beginning, somewhere, it's about history. The Romans were not very harsh, but in their history, they had some leaders that were a bit too, let's call it eccentric, too much like a ruler, and that's why they disposed of them and had the Senate with a double head in place and all of these rules just to keep the power play at on the political side, and don't allow the troops in, because as a proconsul, as you can see with Caesar, you have a lot of troops, and if you're a proconsul and commanding a lot of troops and are somewhere else, if you would station yourself in Rome with all of these troops, that could be troublesome, especially if you've got 2 or 3 or more proconsuls and others with their stuff. So that's why there's a rule, you can't go there, and that's this. There's this special thing about crossing the river Tiber. Is it Tiber called in English? I don't know. Where you were not allowed. I think it was this one, where you were not allowed as a legionnaire to cross that line, or the legion wasn't allowed to cross the line. Caesar, a proconsul himself, was cut out from these events. He certainly has agents in the capital to defend his interest, but for now there's very little he can do, and the immediate future of Rome lies in the hands of Pompey. The Senate, with an emergency decree, gave Pompey permission to levy men of military age in Italia as necessary. Caesar freely interpreted the law to raise more troops in his provinces, even in Gallia, Transalpina, west of the Alps, and south of Gallia proper. He confirmed his intention to allow non-citizens into his regular army, but for now there is no open hostility between the sole consul and your commander. It appears that Caesar is still looking for compromise. Regardless, your attention is soon turned elsewhere. One cold winter afternoon, a lone messenger rides into camp. The Canuts are up in arms. In Cenabum, their main city, all the Roman citizens present have been slaughtered. The first act of open war from a tribe of central Gallia. Very little time passes when you hear that a young chieftain of the Arverni, one of the leading tribes in the region, has assembled an army and sent ambassadors all over Gallia. So the Arverni, that's the part in the map where we haven't been yet, right in the center of Gallia, and we haven't interacted with them much so far, and now it's coming to blows. After defeating his inner opponent, he was proclaimed king. His name is Vercingetorix. And his intent has been made clear: to liberate this land from Roman presence. Vercingetorix, yeah. Last time we heard of him, he attacked the Bituriges. Bituriges, maybe. Yeah. A client tribe of the Aedui. Your old allies were about to take action but backed off at the last moment. They feared a trap. Letters were sent to Caesar beyond the Alps as soon as the bad news began. Without his leadership, it is all you can do to keep control of the immediate surroundings. Okay, let's see. Situation seems to be getting out of hand. Many tribes, especially those that dwell on the shores of the ocean, are joining Vercingetorix' rebellion. The speed with which he is attracting people to his cause is unsettling. Even the Bituriges have switched sides and joined the swelling ranks of the Avernian king. Check. Lie to your men. Tell them that you've been informed that Caesar will be here soon. Charisma. We could check that. I will do no such thing. Morale is down, including individuals. Integrity is up. What's the morale? Ugh, 74. Okay, we're back to 59. It takes weeks for the first good news to reach you. Caesar is in Gallia. He managed to evade the enemy warbands along the way. He is currently east of your position with the 2 legions wintering in the country of the Lingones. All of the army groups will meet close to where you are in the vicinity of the Senonian city of Argedincum. The 10 legions are reunited in a matter of days, including the 1st and the 15th, which are still under Caesar's command. The proconsul has also brought horsemen from his provinces and 400 mounted Germanic auxiliaries. Meanwhile, Vercingetorix has attacked the Boii. The city of Gorgobina is under siege. You remember the Boii? Yeah, they were with the Helvetii during the war that was fought 6 years ago. It feels like centuries have passed. The Boii were the only tribe that was allowed to remain in Gallia after the Helvetii were defeated. The Aedui offered them grounds to cultivate on their borders. They've been your allies ever since. If Caesar shows that he cannot protect his allies, the rebellion will spread like wildfire. The proconsul leads you toward the Bituriges, leaving behind the 2 legions to guard the supply train. He wants to regain the initiative as soon as possible. If he attacks the followers of Vercingetorix, the Gaul will have no choice but to abandon the siege and confront you directly, or his uprising will quickly lose support. You arrive at Velanodunum, another stronghold of the Senones, one whose loyalty leans towards the rebels. You cannot leave an empty fortress on your supply line. The inhabitants surrender after watching your army build siege works for 2 days. The garrison under Trebonius is left here to handle the delivery of weapons, pack animals, and hostages. You continue to Senabum, the city of the Canuts, where the slaughter that initiated the rebellion was carried out. You arrive in as little as 2 days. A large river, the Loire, flows next to the city. The locals had barely enough time to learn that Velanodunum was under siege. You have caught them completely unprepared, but the hour is late and you are ordered to get everything set for tomorrow. 2 legions are deployed, ready to act if necessary. It is almost midnight when the situation gets heated. You hear cries in the distance. You see the legions on call set fire to the city gates. Then they get in. The cries get worse. In the morning, Senabum is still burning and very few of its inhabitants have eluded the capture. You are told that, last night, your scouts spotted some of the residents as they tried to cross the bridge on the Loire, and they launched the alarm and triggered the attack. Caesar donates the entire booty to the army. You receive a share of the loot and I've gotten 3,000. Your force crosses the Loire and presses on into the territory of the Bituriges. Your explorers inform you that Vercingetorix has abandoned the siege of Gorbobina and is coming your way. Good. As long as the enemy is compelled to respond to his moves, it is Caesar who is running the show. You have come to a city called Noviodunum. You remember a fortress of the Belgae with the same name somewhere in the north. You've been there a long time ago. Just like its homonymous, this Noviodunum capitulates without fighting. Which is good because it saves resources, which is good because of most of the people inside are innocent. You know they do not deserve what would happen if the ram touched the wall. Yeah, that's perfectly it. Both are true, actually. If you get something without fighting, that's always good. That saves you men, power, and resource. But this one is also correct. Humanitas and morale. With part of the troops, you are supervising the operations inside the city as the locals are handing over their arms. Several groups similar to yours are doing the same. All of a sudden, loud shouts arise from the wall. Try to understand what's happening. Yeah, we should do that. The cry spread through the city. You notice a subtle change of attitude with the locals next to you. They are about to attack. You are being surrounded by a mix of warriors, polyarmed civilians. You rally your men. You must reach the gates. Ooh, we got trapped. We got baited. We got baited into the city and are now stuck in the city. Ooh. The enemy probably was already inside with some agents, and ooh, that was a big deploy. Scare the untrained locals off, try to avoid a bloodbath. Appearance helps us. Charisma and weapon skill. Charisma is 50. No, Anicius's. No, the sentries or ours? Yeah, Titus's. The charisma is 76. That's happening, and the weapon skill is 68. So we are. Yeah, I guess that weapon skill is sword. 68. So we are somewhere between, well, let's say shield counts as well. And then we are somewhere between 64 and 76, tending more towards the lower side of 70, maybe 70. Ooh, that could be not enough. We scare the untrained locals. Worked out. The less experienced individuals run away from your path, but the battle-hardened ones are determined to stop you. Here we are. We've got a legionnaire with us, and we've got ourselves. The legionnaire has the usual legionnaire stats, and we've got 68, 64 on 49. What do we have? Biturigian warriors. 43, 43, slower than us. 40, 39. Ooh, that's a bad one. Okay, so this legionnaire on this one, and if we pile up on one of those, we should have this. So I think we stand in regular stance here and close in. Yeah, everyone closes in. And here we are. Defensive bonus. Didn't work, but I'm fine. Ooh, what did you do? Fails to achieve any advantage. Try to get an advantage. Fails the high knock, and that's our chance to strike immediately. Going for the groin or the leg? We are still, fatigue is... Yeah, we just hit him. Just straight in the face. Hit him. First hit. And we are going for a soft spot strike already. Torso gives us 100%. The head would give us 120. The neck, yeah, we don't have a chance on the neck yet, but we go for the head. It's a hit. And he is in trouble already. As long as he... Good. Leave him alone. Perfect. Perfect. You recover, please. Somehow. Thank you. Just have to hold out. Everything else I'll cover. Just hold out. I'll do the rest. We're gonna go for the head again. That's another hit. On 2. And we're gonna give a big tap on the torso and he's gone. First one down. Stop that. Oh, he's grazing him. Armor absorption. Good. He covered. Perfect. So please cover yourself now. Protect ally. We've got a few more rounds to play with. I can't even protect ally. Why can't I protect an ally? Interesting. Let's quickly check our stats here. This one we've got an advantage. We can try an advantage here. We could also go for a shield bash. He has a shield as well. Straight knock and the feint. What's the stats here? Okay, let's go for a shield. High knock. Lucky. Now I can protect. Only as a second action I can protect. Okay. I get it. As a first action I'm not allowed to... Bad. So bad. Leave him alone. No, ouch. Yeah, he's suffering, but he has a recovery now. Perfect. Come on. He's on quick. We're gonna trick him. Looks good. And now we're gonna strike him in the head. Hit. Perfect. Yeah, you can duel with him. As long as you don't hit him, I'm fine. Yep, perfect, 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 perfect. Stop recovering, thank you. You recover. Yes, thank you. All you need to do. Just keep it safe, and I'm gonna deal with this one here. Next hit, and if we hit him again, he is gone. Ah, defended. Oh, strike leg. Missed. Recovery missed. Perfect. Still recovering. Okay, we try torso hit. Oh really? Fucking really? Are we starting with this shit again? Is this it? Yes. Fuck you, game. It's already starting again. Can't escape it. Okay. And he's back to full. Don't go for attack bonus. What are you doing? You suicidal? I don't think that you're ready. Perfect, that's a hit. And now we have an opening on the groin. 50 and it's enough. Perfect. Ooh, offensive focus. That is a mistake. That is a mistake. Cover yourself, please. Thank you. And this is a mistake by you. Can I make use of it? How about we hit the head? Hard pressed. And he loses his offensive bonus. And now we've got the hit chance here. Aww, game. Bullshitting me. Allowed flinching. Ooh, he's doing something. He's doing something. Nice. Can I trick again? No, I can't. Do we still have the advantage here? We have. He's got a pressed blade, so a leg hit it is. Oh come on, you bullshitting me. Always just one. What is this? Okay, 4 rounds left. Can we kill him? I'd like to kill him. I'd love to kill him. Trick not possible. Come on. Nothing I can do here. Let's go for offensive focus next turn and then we try to hit him. Yeah. 3 rounds to kill him. So can we do it now? Can we hit him now, please? Let's do a normal strike. Let's do it on the head. Try the head again. Finally. Not a hit, but something close to it. And we try it again. Oh, come on, game, please. Stop bullshitting me. These 3 should be dead, but no. He's surviving again. I'm pissed. Pissed again that we are losing this fight. We've got the advantage and still can't fucking manage. Okay, you know what? We do a sure recovery. We are full again and now we hit him. In the arm. Whatever. 2 more rounds. Come on, I need it. Yeah, he's going defensive focus. Okay, he's fatigued. Man, I'm pissed at this. What is this bullshit? We're doing a leg hit. Finally a hit. Finally. Finally. Okay, normal hit. We're going for the legs again. Perfect. Fails the recovery. Last turn. Can you help me out? No, you can't. No, you can't. Man, that's bullshit. That's so bullshit. We should have... groin doesn't lag. How about we do a big head hit and hope for the best? Ooh, ooh, that one was close. We do a leg hit on 40 plus. No, no, no. Fucking 4 life, are you kidding me? Oh. 4 life, crushing victory. The mob around you is getting larger. Your men must remain compact as you keep moving. Discipline. What's the discipline? 45. We're losing that. Oh, just barely. Repel an attempt to break your formation. You reach the gate as last. Other groups of your compatriots are here. You more are coming. You are too busy wrestling. Control. That should be wrestling, right? Control of the entrance from the locals to pay heed to what is happening outside, but apparently there's a cavalry skirmish going on. It is only later, when the situation is under control, that you're told what transpired. A vanguard of the Vercingetorix cavalry had come inside of Noviodunum while you were busy inside the city. Their arrival sparked the hopes of the residents and encouraged them to have the second thoughts about their opinion. When a cavalry fight outside the wall came to a standstill, Caesar tossed into the fray his Germanic horsemen. They tipped the balance and drove the enemy off. Their hopes of salvation crushed the local surrender again, and they delivered the leaders of the uprising to the proconsul. We get this down, we get morale up, and I would have loved to kill them all. With Noviodunum secured, your next target is Avaricum, the Biturigi's principal city, as you move forward. An unexpected scenario accompanies your march. There are plumes of smoke in the distance, so many of them, it is disconcerting. It is impossible not to talk about it with your peers. The rebels are burning their own towns and villages so that their resources will not fall into your hands. This Vercingetorix, he does not wage war with the blind, straightforward aggression you would once have expected from a barbarian warlord. He must not be underestimated. Harvest season is still far away. You are relying on the Aedui and the Boi to provide you with supplies, but the Aedui have been acting strangely as of late. And the Boi are a small tribe. There is only so much they can do to keep you stocked. You reach Avaricum. Apparently the rebels could not make themselves burn it down. They have decided to defend it instead. You can see why. The Biturigian city is protected by a majestic wall as strong as those of any Gallic fortress. Marshlands and a river surround it. There's only one narrow land access. The enemy could send in reinforcements through the marshes. There's very little you can do to prevent it. Everyone expects a long and challenging siege. Caesar orders the construction of a ramp, Vinaire, and 2 huge siege towers. Your sentry can be assigned to the construction of the Vinaire, movable wooden shelters used to create a protected approach to enemy fortification. They can handle more difficult tasks. They should work on towers. Difficulty 4. Strive for superior quality right now is up. And we do that once, twice, and then we go from here. We are on 5. We need a few more bonus rolls if possible. We're gonna push if we are by 10 not really close to half. Oh, looks good. Looks good. Another bonus roll, and we are in. 17, 18, and we are done, so we get one more bonus. Take it away, and we're done. Move on. The work is proceeding, but you still have a long way to go. Food is getting scarce, and everyone is being affected. You do not know what the Aedui are up to. Their provinces are not coming through. Lingering fatigue has increased to 20, okay. Last time we were informed, Vercingetorix was camped 16 miles from here. Caesar has to employ foraging parties. It is a big risk with the enemy so close, but there's no choice. Ooh, something new? What is this? Foraging. Your sentry has been asked for foraging for supplies. Resources, average. Danger, normal. Supplies? Oh, what is this? Something new this far into the game. The amount of supplies gathered by a sentry. The smaller left side represents an insufficient amount of supplies. If you reach the right side, the supplies are considered sufficient and the mission is successful. If by the end of the last turn the amount of supplies gathered is still insufficient, you will suffer a significant penalty of the Caesar's opinion in proportion to the missing supplies. Anything above the sufficiency level sufficient level will earn you a small bonus. Okay, the exact bonus depends on the amount of supplies in excess of the minimum. Each turn, hidden intellect and awareness checks will determine whether your sentry finds slightly less or more supplies than usual. There's also a small possibility that an especially perceptive individual will find an additional amount of supplies. Okay, that's the sentry. We're discontent, whatever that means. Each turn, the combined effect of your current setting is due to determine the change in discontent. If the discontent bar is full, a penalty is applied to your sentry's morale and troops' opinion. For turns in which the sentry is actively participating in a mission, only morale is lost. Distance, medium, long. What is distance? Can I hover over it? No. Short. A small quantity of supplies is found. Discontent is reduced by a decent amount. The risk of ambush is halved. Medium is the base, I guess. And long of supplies is found. Discontent is significantly increased. The risk of ambush is doubled. Safety. Safe. The supplies found are greatly reduced. Discontent is reduced by a decent amount. No risk of ambush. Hazardous. Tiny amount of concentrated risk. And disposition. Your troops will collect less supplies. Clement. The opportunity to find nationals are significantly decreased. Humanity is increased. Stern, no consequences, and ruthless. More supplies. Okay. A significant increased. Though whether they seize them or not will depend on their awareness and intellect. Humanitas is Initius can help or can't help. If you actively participate in the mission, you are exposed to the dangers of an ambush. At the same time, discontent will not penalize your troops' opinion, and if your intellect are high enough, you may occasionally. I'm going with them, and we're going for this base to see how good we are and what's happening. Ooh, that's not much. That in fact looks like... What is that? Let's get the second one in. Yeah, that looks like we need at least something like 15 turns. Ooh. Do we take a risk here? Or just go on? Resources average, dangerous, normal. If I do this, but reduced humanities is increased. So we get base force up, but we stay clement. No, we say stern. Groups collect less supplies. So risk. What is happening if I do this? Ooh, ambush. Fucking ambush. Arrows start falling all around your party. You had anticipated the danger on this ground. The path you choose provides better cover than the alternative. You alerted your men moments before the attack. As usual, your gear marks you as an especially interesting target. Range defense. Fuck. Range defense again. Distance is bad. Good cover is good. Alerted. And discipline is meh. And we are getting hit. Range defense is 55. Ooh, maybe. Barely. Barely. Several arrows hit your shield. You manage to lead your men out of danger. Ooh, discontent is going up. But we managed to... Additional supplies were found. Sextus, perfect. I think we're just gonna push here. Oh, wow, okay. Can we do short and risk-free? That's down. And then we go long with dangerous again. So, look at this. We are over the halfway line. It looks good. We just move. Additional supplies. Yeah, we're gonna move, and we did it. 3 turns left. Let's get a bit more. We go short, safe. Yeah. Let's stay. That's fine. We did the supply thing we needed to do. 3 AP gun. Not gun. Get. Perfect. Let me quickly save here as a point. I already saw that we are already on 45 minutes again, so I'm not quite certain if we do a break here. Let me see what the story gets us. But my guess is there's a big fight coming, so if there is a fight coming, we're gonna break here, and if not, we probably are at the end. The immediate surroundings have been picked clean, besides attrition is becoming a serious problem. Supplies found by the foraging parties can only take you so far, and the buoy have already shared with you all they could. Greatly reduced for everyone, barring the effects of strain. Okay. Food rations become even more miserable. Ugh, morale is down. Abide by the same restrictions, use a rank, any means necessary. No, we abide by that. With each passing day, the ramps get closer to the walls of Avaricum. Caesar is continually supervising the works. This morning he approaches the sentry. The scrutinizing eye of the commander seems to lend unbeknownst dynamism to your men. He stops to speak and invites them to tell him if hunger and cold are beyond what he can be endured. He would understand. He's willing to give up on this siege and move where you can stock up on food. You can see what Caesar is doing here. The men will not want to look less determined than their peers, and by making them choose to continue, will strengthen their resolve. Let the men decide. Reply that your men are ready to go on with the siege no matter the adversity. Let the men decide. The commander concludes saying that they can think about it and that you know their decision. You will report back to the centurions of the first cohort, who in turn will inform him. Later the same day, some of your men approach you. They have discussed among themselves and they have come to the common opinion. In 6 years of war, not once have they faltered in front of a task, no matter how difficult. They will not shame themselves by leaving this one unfinished. One of the following nights, you are told to prepare to march out on short notice. Apparently, Vercingetorix has moved his camp closer. At midnight, your 11th leaves with most of the other legions. It is morning when you meet the rebels' army. They have been waiting for you. They are in the battle order, up a gentle slope surrounded by marshy ground. It is a very difficult position to assault, one that would put your side at a serious disadvantage. But the legionaries are quite vocal about their intent. They want to attack uphill and get it over with. The order never comes. Caesar addresses the troops, saying he will not squander the lives of his men under such unfavorable condition, even if he is confident that they would prevail in the end. Shortly after the speech, he brings the army back to Avaricum. The siege is resumed. Okay, you know what? There's going to be a fight coming. So we're going to break here. In the game part, I'm going to show you the map and we're going to talk about it, and I'm going to show you where we went, if I find a map, but there probably is by Cristiano again, so let's hope. And then we continue in another episode with the second part of this. Until then. And here we are. I got a map, but I found a map for the season we are in on Act 9. But we are actually not going to use that because that would give away too much and spoil too much if you don't know the story and what's happening, of course. So yeah, I don't want to spoil that for you. So rather than that, we're using the same map from last time, from the year 53. BC, and talk about what's happening right now. So we are, or should be, somewhere in the beginning around here, Lutetia, Acadicum, somewhere around here. Caesar is coming from the south and helping out, and we heard all about the trouble around us. But the interesting parts are here, are the Aedui, the ones that are not supporting us right now. I guess they are staying neutral, don't want to give us food, so that the other, if the rebellion is successful and they give us food and help us, they're going to be in trouble. So rather than that, probably my guess is politically they just stay neutral. They don't give us anything, but they won't support the other side. Then to the left of them, we have the Averni, the Cubi, and the Bituriges. The three were mentioned, and above them are the Canutes. So we go from Agadicium, we start, and that's where the whole real story here began in this year. We heard about the troubles, Caesar came, and then we went to Vellanodunum. That's the first part we went into. Then we quickly rolled over that, and then we went to Zenabum. And from here, we moved on to the northeastern part of the Bituriges let's say territory, and go to Noviodunum. That's the city where we went in and got surrounded, and unfortunately didn't kill the one guy remaining, which still annoys me. And then we moved on to the river part and went to Avaricum. So that's the city where we are standing at right now and trying to get it. That's what happened so far, and it was a good choice to break here because I guess we're getting a fight, and that's going to be a long one if we want to get the city, and then it's going to continue. So I think chapter 9 or year 52 BC is going to take a while. So that is that for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it again, and I will see you with the next part when we try to get rid of this central Gallian tribes and rebellion stuff. Until then, bye bye.